Well, good afternoon, guys. Dia dit. And here we are in the People's Park in Waterford. Now, the last time I was here was in August, in the beautiful late summer. And now, of course, today is the 2nd of December. And yeah, we are here in the winter sun. The People's Park. And just across over there, guys, is the De La Salle College. That's where I went to school, secondary school. Yeah, De La Salle. 30 years ago, guys. Time has gone very, very quickly. It's almost like yesterday it is. What some glorious weather we're having here. It's cold, but at least it's dry. That's the main thing. Yes, indeed. But anyway, big news here in Ireland, and that is we have a very, very esteemed guest that has landed on our shores. And that guy's name, of course, is Vladimir Zelensky, the President of Ukraine, who has arrived in Ireland. And the media, the mainstream media, is beside themselves, falling hand over head, head over heels, hand over heads, whatever, in praising this guy. And yeah, that's the big news today, guys. Zelensky has arrived in Ireland. And yeah, the main headlines, yes, so RTE, the official mainstream media, and it says as follows: Ukraine Zelensky to address the joint sitting of Oireachtas. The Oireachtas, of course, is the Seanad Éireann, which is the Senate, and Dáil Éireann, which is the main parliament, with the upper and the lower house. And Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky is holding talks with Taoiseach Micheál Martin at government buildings in Dublin. And President Zelensky and First Lady Olena Zelenska are in Ireland for their first official visit. The two leaders will have private discussions for 20 minutes before being joined by their delegations for the rest of the hour on scheduled talks. And on top of that, then, an additional 125 million euros in financial support agreed for Ukraine. Let me get this straight. So, we, the taxpayer, are going to give Ukraine another 125 million euros. This is on top of a major corruption scandal currently that associates of Zelensky are under investigation for. Golden toilet scandal. Zelensky faces deepest crisis yet as allies accused in $100 million wartime scheme. That's from the New York Post. And Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky has close ties to individuals named in a sprawling golden toilet scam that saw tens of millions of dollars siphoned from wartime energy programs, according to reports. At least 2 people with ties to Zelensky were named in the investigation from the National Anti-Corruption Bureau of Ukraine, this is NABU, which was unveiled Monday and alleged about $100 million meant to protect power plants from Russian sabotage was actually siphoned by officials beginning in 2022. Among them was businessman Timur Mindich, who co-founded the entertainment company Kvartal 95 with Zelensky and was allegedly the ringleader of the scheme. Here's another one from the BBC. Ukraine anti-corruption agents search home of Zelensky's top advisor. Ukraine anti-corruption agencies have begun searching the apartment of President Vladimir Zelensky's chief of staff, Andrei Yermak. One of the 2 agencies, Anti-Corruption Bureau NABU, confirmed that its investigative searches had been authorized and said further details would follow. Yeah. So Anybody don't know who Andrei Yermak is? Well, he is Zelensky's, he was President's closest aide. Yeah, incredible. $100 million spent on golden toilets. Well, close enough to it. And the Irish government, our government, is going to donate another 125 million to Ukraine, the most corrupt country in Europe. And this is on top of what we have here in Ireland, perhaps the worst housing crisis in living memory. Man, this kind of things just make me so angry, you know. It's unbelievable when you think about it. It's only when you go abroad, I lived abroad for over 10 years in Belarus, to come back, and it's only then you realize just how badly run this country is. I mean, 125 million euros. That would go a long way here in this country. I mean, how many people would that house? How many kids? That money, you know, how many kids would that treat in our hospitals, in our understaffed, under-resourced hospitals? But we give 125 million to Zelensky. Hey, Mihal, I want my money. Give me my money. Give me 100 million and 25 for the big guy. Yeah, as I mentioned, guys, we have the worst housing crisis in living memory. We have a homelessness crisis. Here's from the Irish Independent. More than 5,000 children face Christmas in emergency accommodation as new record homelessness figures revealed. 5,000. My God. You know, guys, it gets even better. Let's look at our healthcare system. This is from the Journal. Family told toddler son would have to wait 10 years for dental care. Around 7,000 children are on waiting lists for much needed pediatric dental care nationwide. But hey, 125 million to Zelensky. From the Irish Independent. Hospital waiting lists increase, including for scoliosis patients, as public inquiry into delays for children promised. Speaking of which, also from the Irish Independent, the number of children actively waiting on spinal surgery lists increased last month, in line with a national rise in surgery queues for all patients, as a statutory inquiry has been promised into the care of young patients with scoliosis and spina bifida. New figures released today show that 139 children were on active waiting list in Children's Health Ireland for spinal surgery last month, up from 129 from September. But hey, Mihal, don't mind the children are homeless or the kids on the waiting lists. Give me my money. Give me 100 million. Top up 25 million. I mean, that money, you might as well take it and flush it down one of those golden toilets. Man, unbelievable. Man, I'm so angry to see that, to see just what's going on, and it just highlights that the elites, they just don't give a damn about us. They treat us with complete and total and utter contempt. And it's not just the elites in Dublin, but it's those in Brussels as well. Indeed, I recall from 2023, Ursula von der Leyen, when she said that we are committed to supporting Ukraine with 50 billion until 2027. And this is on top of the gross corruption and grift in Kiev. Man, unbelievable. I mean, I'm just not surprised anymore to see it. And I'm not even finished yet in relation to hospital waiting lists. This is a report from, I think it was last April. And this is from, I think it's in Leinster. It's in the Kildare Hospital. And says as follows: 11 hours in A&E. Hospital in Kildare ranked as having the second longest emergency department wait times. Naas General Hospital was only surpassed in statistics by Tallaght University Hospital. I think it's in Tallaght University Hospital, it's like 13 hours. I'll give you an example, guys. Just compare the Irish healthcare system to the Belarusian healthcare system. When I broke my arm about 5 years ago in a cycling accident, I went to one of the state hospitals, and all I had to wait was about 10 minutes to be seen by a specialist, and within an hour and 3/4 I was on a taxi home. Do you know how much it cost me? Zero. Why it cost me zero? Because I was already paying tax. I'm paying into the social fund as well. That's why. And as well as that, when it comes to dental care, I do recall going to a local polyclinic to a state dentist and ringing up the polyclinic on a Monday morning to book an appointment to get my teeth done, because I got 2 fillings done in my teeth. And that was Monday morning. I got called in on Friday. This is in a state polyclinic, and children have to wait, what was it, 10 years to see a dentist? Man, that is absolutely unbelievable. Incredible. And there you go, Zelensky. You go to the Oireachtas, the joint sitting of Shannon Éireann and Dáil Éireann, and he'd get a standing ovation from the elites. Another 125 million on its way to Ukraine. You know, guys, we've got to call it for what it is. This is a proxy war. It's a NATO proxy war against Russia. And it's not just me saying it. Well, Rubio even admitted to it not so long ago. Yep. Well, we have to give him 125 million. Screw the kids who are homeless. Screw those Irish taxpayers who will now have to wait, what, 20 years to get a house? Screw the kids, you know, who have to wait, what, 10 years to see a dentist? And the kids with spina bifida, scoliosis. Yeah. Hey, Michal, I want my money. Give me money. Incredible. I was actually today going to make a follow-on video from the last one I made about migration. I'm speaking as a migrant myself. You know, I'll be more than qualified to comment on it, but man, today's news made me really, really angry. Unbelievably angry. Oh boy. Anyway, on a lighter note there, guys, that is the Waterford courthouse. Fine example of Victorian mid-1850s architecture, built in the Greco-Roman style, as you can see there. And that building here was made during the construction of the People's Park in the mid 1850s, 1856, 57 it was opened, and a great amenity it is to have. But hey, at least we have it. God help you if you fall sick in this country. All right. That's all I'm going to say for today, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. So from Waterford, it's Slongafol. But before I go, guys, just want to show you something here. Just here in front of me is the Carlisle Bridge. And it's some of the finest examples, one of the finest examples of a mid-19th century lattice style bridge. Victorians have got to give them credit. When it came to engineering, yeah, they built some really good things, good stuff. Railways, bridges, you name it. The pivots, rivets, fantastic. Yeah. The St. John's River in all its glory. All right, we'll see you guys later. Take care. It's Slongafol.